Begin at tuneslikebeard.com.
My God, you got a spell on me now. Back
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the Rahim Show. I am your host, Rackie Allie, and I'm being joined here by my co-host, Lolo Smith, as
Hey
always.
guys,
And then also I have DJ Power have joined us in studio
he's
today.
back. He's
And to
back.
all of our audience on Facebook and YouTube, welcome to the show. Momentarily we have our speakers due to the hour different. So she was joined momentarily, and also Francis Bale is also. We are waiting for him to be on the show as well. So welcome. If you are watching the show, hit the like button, share the podcast, and make some comment. We highly appreciate your comment. And then also if you want to come live, send me a message and I will give you an invite. So welcome, guys. Welcome to the show. I know we are waiting for our our guest for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
She been on the show before when we had the Valentine collabo. She was here that night. She shared her own experience. She's a mother of four and very intelligent. A lady. I think I know I don't want to jump the gun because I know she's gonna be in and explain about herself. But
Yeah.
in the meantime, like just have a late, casual conversation. In the meantime, while we are waiting for our guests and also waiting for one of the co-hosts, Francis Pilot. So DJ Power, what's been happening in your end?
Well, I can say that I'm here in on studio, my late mini con studio, doing 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 a lot of recordings and doing a lot of music, putting a lot of mixed together, a lot of Afro beats, R&B, hip hop, and whatsoever beats, a lot of for my audience out there and for my followers, the best, they can to listen to. But anyway, I got more hits. I got more mix for them, to upload on YouTube for them to listen to see, the good work of from DJ Power and see the
Yeah, I think every time you do a maze, I think it's better to not just upload on your YouTube channel, but also to do a share on Facebook and then tag some of us so that people who know or can be able to see some of these things that you do. All the things because
yeah. But I
it
usually
show yeah it show that you're selling yourself to as well. Yeah. Go
yeah,
ahead.
that's what I do. I have the first thing before I can do the share on the Facebook. The first thing I do, I have to upload it on the YouTube, and then from YouTube can allow me to share with the other all my other social media. That's what I
Yeah.
usually do. So when I upload, then I start to share with Facebook, with Instagram, and WhatsApp. I start to share all over. So when I do that now, when people hit on when open up their message or open up their Facebook page or whatsoever, when they see my my link or whatsoever, when they hit on it, then it's going to direct them strictly over to YouTube and they're going to watch my YouTube video. So that's exactly what I do. So upload on the YouTube first and share it to the other rest of the other media. That's what I do.
Yeah, that is good. That is pretty good. I mean, as you keep doing that, you keep marketing yourself out there so that people get to know what you
Yeah,
do. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Hey,
we are
gentlemen, I'm
still.
back. I'm back.
Oh yeah,
Hi.
welcome back, Lolo. Lolo,
What
what
did I
Well,
miss?
like,
what's been happening lately? How you going on? What's
Oh my
going on?
God.
Tell
I've been on the hustle. I've been working, trying to make
uh-huh.
that moolah,
I
trying to
know.
make that donados. That's what it called, right? That money. That's
us.
what
You
it
gotta make
is.
that money, man. That Benjimo, right?
Yes, Well, you want to build your mansion in Liberia, you got to work hard.
Oh, I know it.
Yeah,
Definitely, you
absolutely,
got to work out.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's everybody's dream to do something. I mean, we want to
Yeah.
see a better Liberia. So
Right.
that's
What
why we
about
keep
you, my
sharing,
host?
our
What
own
have you been
perspective
up
when it
to?
comes to issue in Liberia. Go ahead, Lulu. Yep.
Yeah.
My host, I said, what have you been up to?
Oh, me, yeah.
Hmm.
I've been tired. Honestly, I've
Hey,
been tired. Work,
Mm.
and as a father with three baby, it's not
I
easy. Oh.
know the cheering
Hey,
pod, cheering
it's not easy.
daddy.
It's not. Let me tell you. I give credit to some of the ladies and a father, good father out there who have
Hmm.
kids. It's not easy to raise kids in America.
Oh yeah.
Right.
It's not
It's
easy.
yeah, it comes with a
It,
lot of
it's
responsibility.
a tough issue.
Uh,
One of the things I realized, with
Hmm.
kids with kids in Liberia,
Hmm.
you will have kids leaving the house to go to their friends nearby and
Right.
play.
Not here.
So then, as father, you will have the chance to rest yourself after work. But
yeah.
Hmm.
it's not like that yet.
Hmm.
Except the kids reach a certain age
Yeah.
where
Hmm.
they are able to leave their house. Now I know, but when
Hmm.
they are small, it's very tough and
It's
challenging.
very difficult. I
But I
know.
mean, we are grateful that we have help.
Right.
Yeah.
I give you all respect. All the fathers, the mothers, I give you all, God, I
Oh,
give you all
definitely, definitely.
respects
Yeah,
because it's a
definitely.
lot of work. I've been
Oh
Yeah,
seeing
yeah.
my
it is
Yeah.
a
nephew.
lot of work. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you gotta spend time with them. You gotta read. You gotta do it. It's a lot. I
Yeah.
Yeah, so
really.
let me tell our viewer out there, if you're watching
Hmm.
the show via Facebook and YouTube, we are waiting for our special guest. She appeared on the show before when we have our Valentine collabo, so she's not a stranger to this show. But due to time difference, she lives in Minnesota, so we are 1 hour ahead of her. So she will be, she will join the show momentarily, but we are just having a casual conversation. So if you want to be part of the show, just hit the like button, share the podcast, comment. We highly appreciate it. And you want to come live to just have a casual conversation like when we are doing now. I mean, just send me a message and I can send you an invite and you come in studio so we can all have a conversation. So, Lolo,
Yeah.
what are you doing right now?
I'm sharing. I'm sharing our life. That's what I'm doing right now. What's up? I'm actually
Where
at
is
work.
Prince Pale? Where is my other co-host?
I'm
I'm waiting for
actually
him, man.
at work right now. I'm sharing our life right now. I'm trying to see who's on my
Yeah,
page,
it's
trying to,
important. Share, share. So at least
so
we can
everybody
have
gotta
people
share.
to really, support our platform. We will highly appreciate anyone out there. For those of you who are watching, this is the Rahim Show, and I'm your host, Rackie Allie, and I'm being joined by my co-host, Lolo Smith, as always.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then DJ Power, who has been on the show before,
Yeah.
to explain about his new YouTube channel as well as what he actually does. He's a DJ in the DMV. If
Mm-hmm.
you're looking for a better DJ to play on your program, let me know. I mean, you can get in touch with him directly, yeah, and also let me know so that I can be able to give you a contact and you can be able to have a music of your choice play at your wedding, your reception, whatever program you may be having. So this is
Right.
DJ Power in
Yeah.
studio. DJ Power, what's been going on, man? What's been
Yeah.
going on?
Thank you
What's
very,
been
Right.
going on?
thank
What's
you
been
very
going
much
on?
for the promotion. Thank you very much. But I've been doing well and doing a lot for my audience out there. As I said, for my followers, I've been doing a lot
Right.
of recordings and mixing a lot of other music, for everybody genre, to listen to. You got the old school, you got the new ones, the R&B, the Afro beats and whatsoever. For people out there to listen to. So that's what I've been really working on. Doing a lot for the channel. So at least,
So DJ Power, when was the last time you been to Liberia?
whoa,
It's
wow,
been a while, right?
been a while.
I know, right?
It's been a
I
while,
think
bro. It
you
been,
you you and you and Lolo Smith really
Oh, I'm
you
going.
guys
I'm trying
it's
to
been
go
a while
next year.
it's been a while. You guys have never been back home. I mean, I've been back home like 2 years ago, and I saw the changes. Things are
ah,
No,
only
but what part
aggregate,
though? What
you
part?
got things improving all up, a sector, and you got some things that really need a real change or so. So we are praying for a better Liberia.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Ali, what part did you go to? Where did you go in
Oh
Liberia?
yeah, in Liberia, I grew up right in the capital city, Monrovia. So when I went for that 2 weeks, I stayed on Benson Street. I stayed with my dad. Benson and Center Street. There's a big upstairs house, second floor there where I stay. And then also I have my relative and family in
Mm-hmm.
Duboro. And then my in-law, I had to go and visit them. And then I have my little project that I was trying to do. Get on motorbike, go.
Oh wow.
It's not easy, man. The motorbike, the pimping have taken over Liberia, but I mean, this guy, this guy
Right.
can really, really. I mean, it's very tempting to to drive in Liberia, but I mean, people
Yeah,
got to
so
do what they
as I
got to do,
yeah,
Yeah,
so yeah,
yeah.
so then I got my other family, and I went back there and came back and said that it's exactly the same. You got no rules and regulations, and no traffic rule. Everybody there doing their own thing. They just running head to
But it's
scale.
changed. It's changing now, though, right? Because I
Little
know
bit.
what's his name. Just he kind of put the line on the road. He just did some
Yeah,
changes.
you see, Lou is not the really lying on the road. Is the fact of impacting the lot of the knowledge into these operators and drivers and whatsoever that are on the road, especially trying to back in the days they were trying to do that to try to get rid of these pimping guys in the central of the city
Mm-hmm.
because these are the ones that really really causing a lot of problems for the country. These boys in are running the pimping things. They try to get them off of the city. The city limit. And
Yeah,
running
they can, like, some of the mini road that link to the
yeah,
main
the
road.
suburb, the
They
mini
can
road.
run, yeah, they can
Yeah,
run on the road, but the main road,
yeah, the main
it was not
road.
really safe
So
because the
yeah,
guys, every day you will have
but I mean,
accident in
definitely
Liberia. Yeah,
every day you will have a
yeah,
lot of casualties, a lot of accident report.
yeah, yeah.
But
Every
it's
day
gonna it's
is.
gonna take
It's
process though.
very
It's
tempting
gonna
for
take
those
a
to
I
big.
would
drive.
say yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna take a
it's
lot
very
of
It's
tempting
process.
for
gonna take
those
a
to
lot of
drive.
process
Yeah,
because
it's gonna take.
I've never been to Moravia. I came straight from Yukipa straight to
So,
Danane.
Lolo, you came on the side when you were little, right? And you
Not
haven't been
little. I
in.
was a
Yeah,
teenager. I was
yeah. That's why
already
I'm saying
like
you were little now. I
10.
mean, you were like a baby. That's what I'm saying now. Yeah.
I wasn't
So
no teen. I wasn't no little. I was teen. I was a teenager. I was a teenager
So
doing
you plan to
stuff.
go back home. So
Hmm.
what are the changes you really want to see? Yeah.
For
So
me, it's education. I would love to see the kids in school. When it comes to education, education is one of my big thing. I would love to see the kids in school and the environment clean and just somewhere they can sleep and not being on the street begging for food. Just all of that. That's what I would like to see when I go back home. Not seeing all these little kids on the street begging for food. Just to find a shelter where they can live. I know there's a lot of kids that don't have parents. That's the reason why they on the street. So these are some of the things I would love to see when I go back home.
I think that's a
So,
good
That's
thing. That's a
great.
good thing.
That's
Yeah.
a,
hmm
that's a very
Yeah.
good idea. That's
That's
great.
a
Yeah.
good thing. And I
yeah,
love
Yeah.
your passion for making seeing more kids in school.
yeah.
That's
I
every
mean, because
father
it's gonna
and
be the
every good
next
mother dream.
generation.
Yeah.
That's the next
Yeah.
generation. Because
Also,
me and you, we getting old. You see,
oh
Ali,
yeah.
your
That,
kids want to go back
yeah.
home. You want them go home to become somebody there. So, education is one of the great. I'm telling you,
Like
even
like
in
you and I
America here.
that you and I pointed out when I made that video, about a new program that I want to, come up with that we call Parent Time.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing a research, and the research shows that a lot of time because of, especially for parent in America, yeah, because of bills and work,
Exactly.
it's very tedious. So a lot of
Mhm.
parents don't really spend time, to be
With the
honest, a lot
children,
with the
they're
children,
always
especially
at
teaching
work.
them, not
Yes.
just taking them places to go and eat, but
Yeah. Yeah.
teaching them
Yeah.
their license from school, because
Hmm.
these
Yes.
kids come, as much as they may have the opportunity,
Yeah.
unlike the case in Liberia, who it's not easy even to get a school fee. So
It's
parents,
hard.
it's the struggle hard in Liberia. But yeah, the kids, as much as they have the opportunity, but we as parents have to spend time.
Time with
So I did a
time.
research, and the
Yeah.
research showed that a lot of parents don't really spend time with the
Time with the
kids, teaching
kids.
them,
I'm telling you.
because they don't
That's
not
what
and not that
exactly
they
what
don't have
I
the
said because
passion,
of
but
the
just the
because
time.
of
They don't have the time. Work, financial obligation, so much is
yeah,
tied up.
exactly, financial obligation. That's exactly so.
Yeah.
Because the parent has a lot of financial obligation, as you say, so that's why you find keeping or less time with the children at
Yeah.
home.
Right, right. I know, being that I work in the daycare, can you imagine a mother dropping her child off at 6 a.m. and then picking that child up at 6? That is like, wow. And then when she gets home,
She
there's no
tired.
time because she
And
wants
tired,
to
tired, she needs
rest.
to rest.
And
Yeah,
then the kids
yeah,
too is tired, want to go to sleep. So it's like, wow. They don't have no time to sit and read and have that playtime. The
yeah.
child need a playtime. That's how you build that connection with the
Our
child.
folks, I think my
Your guess is on.
our guest is trying. She's
Our
she's
guest
trying
is
to come
coming
up, but
on.
she's a little bit struggling. So I want to get her on. So, to our viewer there, if you're watching the show, this is the Rahim Show. I'm your host, Rackie Ali, and I'm being joined by my co-host Lolo Smith. Francis Power is making his way as well,
Come
and
on,
then also we
Francis. Come
have
on, Miss
DJ Power
Betty.
here with us to spend the time with us tonight.
Yeah.
But let us watch this video very,
Mm-hmm.
I and learn something from this video while I'm trying to, work on our guests to come in studio. So let me
Okay.
play a video for everyone, our audience out there to watch and like learn something from this video. Very educated video. So stay tuned.
Once upon a time, there was a young man who worked at a factory. His mentor, an old technician, taught him to talk less, do more, and never stop developing his skills in every aspect of the factory's operations. 10 years later, the old man retired and the young man became a technician himself. He continued to do his work with the same dedication and diligence as he was taught. One day, he visited his mentor. The old man saw that he seemed unhappy and asked what was troubling him. The young man sighed and poured his heart out. "I have been following your instructions exactly all these years. No matter what I work on, I keep quiet and focus on the job. I know I have done good work at the factory, and I have learned all the skills that can be learned there. What I don't understand is that the guys who don't have my experience or capabilities have all been promoted, while I am still making as little as I did before when I was your apprentice." The old man asked, "Are you positive that you have become indispensable to the factory?" The young man nodded, yes. The old man paced back and forth to think. After a while, he turned to the young man. "You must request a day off, using whatever reason you like. It is time for you to give yourself a break." The young man was surprised by this advice, but the more he thought about it, the more it made sense. He thanked his teacher and left quickly to make a time off request. When he returned to work after his day off, the manager called him into the office to tell him that things did not go well at the factory while he was gone. Others encountered many problems that normally would be handled by him, and they had no idea how to solve them. Realizing his importance, the manager decided to promote him to the position of senior technician, to thank him and encourage him to keep up the good work. The young man was grateful for his mentor's wisdom. Surely, he thought, this was the secret to success. From that point on, whenever the young man felt like he deserved more than what he was getting, he would take a day off. When he came back the next day, the situation would improve to his satisfaction. This pattern continued for months. One day, the young man found that he was blocked from going into the factory. Much to his shock, he found out that his employment was terminated. He could not believe it. Not knowing what else to do, he went back to see his mentor to try to figure out how things had gone so wrong. "Why did I lose my job?" he asked with wounded pride. "Did I not do everything as you instructed?" "Actually, you did not, because you heard only half the lesson," the old man shook his head. "You understood right away that no one pays any attention to a light bulb that is always on. It is only when it goes off that people suddenly take notice and realize they've been taking it for granted. You were so eager to apply this understanding that you left before hearing the second half." Second half? It began to dawn on the young man that perhaps he made a big mistake. What was the second half? The mentor spoke slowly to make his point. The second half, more important than the first, is the realization that if a light bulb goes off frequently, then sooner or later it will be replaced with one that is more reliable. Who wants a light bulb that no one can count on to provide illumination? You see, in life, in your life, do you have friends and family members that you take for granted and they're always there for you? What happens if one day they are no longer there? Do not wait for such a day to suddenly realize how important they are. Give thanks today for the good fortune of having them in your life. Also, don't let yourself being taken for granted. But at the same time, do your work and don't stop everything you do just because it doesn't go the way you want it to go. Find the balance in life, and life will reward you with giving you the balance back. This is Dare to Do Motivation Stories. Thanks for watching and stay blessed.
Wow, wow. So I guess let's say Betty is trying to get on here, but you said that she was kind of struggling. So I try to make the overlay like this so that when she get on, she can be able to have a space. But I don't know why she's still struggling. But I mean, if you listen to this particular video that I played, you know, a lot of things to learn from that video. A lot to learn from that video. You know, in life, you know, sometimes you have to have gratitude. And then also when you are working places, don't think that, you know, because you are working, people don't admire you, you know. Always do whatever you do to the best of your ability. You don't know who is watching you. Sometimes people want to be an I-7, you know, like, oh, they want people to see them and praise them, you know, and say, oh, yeah, you are doing this way, you are doing the way. You
Right.
know, it
It's not
doesn't make sense.
necessary.
It's not
Right.
necessary.
It's
Just
not.
do what you want to do. When you have passion for something, you are going to
Exactly.
do it to your best. So there are a lot
Right.
of lessons, you know, that we can learn from this short story. And what do
Yeah.
you learn, Lolo? What do you learn from the story? I'm
Don't
still
take
waiting for.
anyone for granted. Don't take anyone for granted. You,
Yep.
like I said, hold on a second. I'll be ready.
Okay. All right. So, very interesting story. You know, I like she said, don't take anyone for granted. To our viewer out there, if you're watching the show, this is the Raheem Show, and I'm your host, Rackie Allie. We are waiting for our speaker for tonight. I'm also being joined by DJ Power, who been on the show before. DJ Power, you want to say
Yeah.
hi to the, you want to say hi to our viewer out there? Okay, hold on one second. I think she's here.
She's
Okay,
trying
I
to
have
get
her.
on with you. Okay.
All right, Betty is here. Okay.
All right.
Betty, would you like to do your phone in a portrait mode, like so you can be in the fit in the space if you can? Yeah. All right. Now you fit in the space. Yeah. All right. It's good to have you. Well, we are happy to have our sister Betty, who is a second appearance on the show. I think she was here when we have the Valentine collabo, and she was able to bless her a lot to, you know, we learned from her. So as married people, because we're talking about love that night, so she has been, you know, and she have a long history that we are still trying to follow. So it's good to have you. It's good to have you. So I want to tell our viewer out there, if you're watching the show, this is a Rahim show, and I'm your host, Rackie Allie, and we are going to begin our show. It is good to have our sister tonight, Betty. DJ Power is also here with us. Francis Bala is going to join momentarily. He's just, he's kind of, tight with one or two schedule. Lolo Smith is also here, but she at work, so she will be off and on. But we want to say welcome to the show. Thanks for
Thank
making your
you.
second appearance. It is good to have you. So for our viewer out there, just hit the like button, share the podcast, and if you want to come live, we're going to share the number for you to call and make a contribution. But it's it is a good thing to have Betty here. So Betty, welcome.
Thank you very much. High power.
Yeah, how you
DJ
doing,
Power.
Betty? I'm good.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
good.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I apologize. It was a bit challenging for me to get on. I was just in the backstage.
Yeah.
Apparently he wasn't seeing me. Yeah. So
Oh yeah, yeah. I know. It's no problem. Yeah, I know.
mm,
Sometimes some people, device can be a little bit that kind of difficult stuff to be getting on a
mm,
lot of shoes and stuff. I understand because I also like to do a lot of the computers and technology things, so I know where I can take some time.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm happy to be here. Finally. Yeah.
Thank you and
Yeah,
welcome.
it's good. It's good to have you. It's good to have you, Betty. And also,
Thank you.
we know you are a basic mother. A basic mother. I see a lot of video. We're gonna play some of your video. I mean,
Oh
I
wow.
took down. I took down very interesting video, and then we're gonna play that video for our people out there. Some of the
That's
video are
awesome.
very nice. And I think one of the video you were trying to give a very good advice, and I took that video because I think it's important to share some of the things so that people out there can be able to see some of the video, and also some of the video about your kids at school. They were trying to motivate. It was just a motivation time they were
Yeah.
having, and I think it's very important for our viewer out there to also see these videos so that they can be able to emulate some of the things that the kids actually do. So
Yeah.
it is good to have you. So we're
Thank
gonna run quick into while we are here.
you.
And to our viewer out there, if you're watching a show, this is the Rahim Show. I'm your host, as always, Rackie Allie, being joined by Lolo Smith, my co-host, and DJ Power is here with us tonight.
Yeah.
If you are looking for a DJ in the DMV area, I said, contact me. Contact me. This is
Definitely,
DJ
you have to
Power.
contact the Ricky
If you
man.
want
So
all your music, all
yeah,
the music of your choice, if you want it, get in touch with me. I would definitely bring DJ Power to your show or to your occasion, and all the taste of your music that you want, you will have it. You will have it being done for you. So Betty, welcome. We want to go strictly to
Thank you.
some of the reason why we are here, because I don't want to keep you for long. And I know you're a mother. You need to rest for work tomorrow. We all here in America. We got to go to work. It's just a short program, and just wanted to get to know you
yeah,
and know. Let's say the whole thing idea behind the whole 4D diary that you funded is very. I see a lot of good things that you are doing with the kids. I'm myself as a father too. I really emulate some of those things that you and your kids actually
Thank you.
do. Yeah. So my first question is, one of the things, somebody would say, our ability to connect and inspire young people is deeply rooted, in our personal journey and passion for young people. So sharing your story, also provide insight, into your value, your character, your dedication to significant responsibility. So with that being said, what is the inspiration behind the breadth of this 4D diary?
All
Hi,
right. Thank
Betty.
you. Hello. How are you?
How you doing? Good. Welcome on the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome,
So
welcome.
thank you so much. Um,
You're welcome.
thank you, Ricky. Just before I can answer that question, I'd like to introduce myself to our audience.
Yeah, go ahead.
And we probably have people watching. I don't know if it's so easy for them to, share the video, Wherever
Yeah,
you are,
yeah,
you're on
they
the
can share.
4D diary or whatever social media you on right now. I already have informed all of you that I'm going to be live tonight, and please share the video, and you can also go ahead and put your comments in. My name is Betty Simpson Camo. I'm a mother of four. I have four boys: Dajua, Doma, Dasao, and Dakina. So that's how the 4D diary name came about. So all my
Okay.
boys have traditional name. We are from the Gola tribe. We're from
Oh
Bomi
wow.
County. We are the mean people. People refer to us as the mean people. So I'm also married to a Gola man. So you can imagine how mean we are,
Oh
right?
my
Compared to
goodness.
Oh,
anybody.
I'm a Gola girl too. Okay, I'm a Gola girl.
Okay.
I'm not mean though.
Yeah,
I'm
I
really
mean
not
that's
mean.
what people say. So so yeah, so that's how the 4D diary name came about. So I have four boys. My oldest is 15, my second is 12, and I have a set of twins who are 8 years old. So my kids I discover how talented they were, like doing other stuff in the home and things like that. Then the idea came about. Why don't we try to like post some of these things we do? Because we originated from Liberia. We in America. We all as parents know that we go through a lot of stress.
Oh
We
yeah,
go to work, we come from work, we
yeah,
stress. Our kids go to school, they come from school. There's so much going on around us. So
yeah.
let's just do something that will bring laughter on the faces of people and create awareness of certain things that we are experiencing. We experience a lot of things. So sometimes you share your experience through videos, you share your experience through, just talking to somebody. But we realize the world has turned to a space where everyone loves to watch action. So these actions, let's just portray some of the things we do that could bring
Mhm.
laughter, peace, and joy to the life of people. So that's how this whole 4D diary came about. And the first of my twin was the one who actually gave it the name. It's like, mommy, since all of our names are these, why don't we call it the 4D diary? So
Wow.
4D diary is a year old. We started last year, February 29. We actually just turned a year old. And I mean, that's how the idea is just to inspire people, you know,
Yeah.
to help this stress. We can't finish all the stress, but just to be able to put laughter on the faces of people. And yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it's all
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, thank you very much. Interesting. I think one of the things you pointed out was the fun, the creativity that I can, I always follow 4D and I see some of the fun you guys, already have. So my question here is, you know, creating an enriching environment for young people can be actually rewarding.
Mhm.
So how do you balance activity with serious discussion with the 4D diary? How do you balance fun when it comes to fun? Because I know you are a religious, lady as
Mhm.
well, and
Yeah.
very, spiritual oriented. So I know that at times, when it comes to
Mhm.
fun and it comes to seriousness. So how do you balance, fun activities with serious, discussion with the 4D diary?
So the food is are there where that there's time for everything. Even the Bible says that there is time
Yeah,
for everything. There's time and season for everything. So
Yeah.
when it's time for fun, we go the fun way. And
yeah,
when it's time to get serious, everyone knows that we have to be serious. So we have our goals in our home. There's certain things like I would say, for example, on Thursday we do Bible studies because we realize the Bible is not being taught in our school systems here. And most of us parents who we are religious parents, but our kids don't know the Bible, right? So what we try to do, we try to have our Bible studies on Thursday. And then
Mhm.
Friday we have our prayer service.
yeah.
Those are things that if we don't do for our kids to know, they're not going to learn it.
That's true.
They're not going to
That's
learn
true.
it other than going to church on Sunday. So they know we have time set aside for everything. We have time to shoot our videos. We have time to hang out. We have time to do schoolwork. We have time to like read our Bibles and do other stuff.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. All right. For our folks there, if you're just joining the show, this is a Raheem show, and I'm your host, Rackie Ali. And we are being joined by our special I don't want to say guest because she appeared on the show before. Yeah, when we have a Valentine collabo, but she's a sister and a dear friend, Betty S. Camo. And also we are having DJ Power. If you are looking for DJ in the DMV area, DJ Power is here with us.
Yeah.
I will play one of your video momentarily, but one of the things that because of this where we find ourselves, a lot of technological, things, advancement or so a lot of time kids focus on this social media, so I just want to ask you a question on that. So let's say what role does social media play on the 4D diary, and how do you utilize its effectiveness? Okay, so to that point, today social media has become an essential tool for connecting with others. However, it can impact young person or young people ability to focus. And you know that there are times kids they stay on social media so much that they don't even study, and they affect their ability to really do well in school. So
Yeah.
how, what role do you, social media play on the 4D diary, and how do you utilize it effective? How do you help them effectively so that they can't focus, too much on social media and forget about a daily, obligation?
Okay, so social media is a key point for this diary. So
Yeah.
we're not just on Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're on
Yeah.
YouTube, we're on Instagram. So this
And
is
and,
something,
and I know you're going to share all those things too, so people can know, when people who are watching, so they
yeah.
can know and follow us, as well. So go ahead, yeah.
We all know that everyone runs social media. It's not just the kids. Like the last time I was speaking with a few of my coworkers, I asked them, when you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you touch? Oh, my friend was like, I go to my bathroom. My other one, I wash my face. I do this. I'm like, guys, you have not answered my question. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you touch? And they were kind of, I don't know whether they were dodging the question or they didn't understand it. Because I know when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I pick up is my phone.
Yeah.
So we all do that, right? We all do
Yeah.
that. So social media is a key environment to be able to educate people, to help people, to
Yeah.
transform people.
Yeah.
So for this diary is impacting a lot of lives. I will tell you for sure. And it's not just limited to the kids. There are adults who are going through a lot just by watching some of those videos. Some
Yeah.
of them don't just comment, but they come in my inbox and like, thank you for doing this. This means a lot to me. I
Yeah.
needed something like this. So, like I said from the beginning, everything is being separated because we have time for everything.
Yeah.
So my kids, one of the favorite things they love to do is to watch the videos on YouTube. They're not on Facebook. I only have one person who's on Facebook because he sometimes go on and post stuff about for this diary, but the three of them are not on they're not on Facebook.
Okay.
So they're on YouTube because they have YouTube channels on the TV. So they get inspired by going there, watching their videos, seeing like how many viewers they have, how many likes, how many comments, and stuff like that. And when it's time to stop, they know exactly they're supposed to stop.
Yeah.
So social media, for this diary is not abusing social media. They're just making maximum use of social media.
That's wonderful to hear. So,
Yeah.
for our folks out there, if you are following the show, this is the Rahim Show. I'm your host, Rackie Allie, and I've been joined by DJ Power here, who I made an appearance before on the show.
Yeah.
And we are having our own sister, Betty S. Camo, as our speaker today, but she has been on the show when we had the Valentine collabo. But I'm going to play one of her video where she shares something very, important that I want you all to watch. Oh.
Hey y'all, this message is for someone somewhere who's feeling sorry for themselves. I'm here to tell you that there's no need to feel sorry for yourself, okay? If you find yourself in a situation that's difficult, the best thing you can do is to lean on the everlasting King. There's only one person who's reliable, and that person is God. Don't sit in your corner and feel sorry for yourself. Another thing you can do is befriend those who you see as successful. Make them your friends. Ask them questions. Team up with them. But to just sit by yourself and feel sorry, that's the worst thing you will ever do for yourself. Wake up. Stand up. Shake up. Move. Make it happen. You are destined for greatness, and you can do it. So wherever you are right now watching this video, I want you to stand up. I want you to wake up. I want you to speak up. And I want you to know that God loves you. Don't be sorry for yourself. No condition is permanent. You might be in a situation today, but I can promise you that it's not going to be everlasting.
Wow, wow. You see, that was so inspiring. And
Oh
myself,
yeah, definitely.
I was
Yes,
very touched. I was very touched by that word, because
yeah.
I mean, just for the fact that if somebody were planning to go and hang himself,
Yeah.
because of the terrible condition, and to watch this video, like you were saying, right? Some of these things are meant to really, encourage people out there, because a lot of people are going through things, I mean, they end up doing harm to themselves. So some of these videos are very, touching, and I was really, really touched by, you making that video. But this video bring me to a question where I want to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
You are a mother of, and then also you are, a wife of a pastor, and you are a spiritual woman. So, what is the approach? What is your approach to, teaching biblical principle to your young, to your young foodie diary in a way that is relevant and encouraging? In other words, how do you make those values, to teach accessible and appealing to your children?
Well, like I said, I grew up in a home. Besides being married to a pastor, I grew up in a home where my parents were fully involved with church business. So we woke up every morning with the song, "Good morning, Jesus. Good morning,
Yeah.
Lord." Even if you don't want to wake up, they come to your door like, "Ba ba
Yeah.
ba 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 ba."
Yeah. We've been
I mean,
there.
you
We've
see
been
me.
there too.
I
Yeah.
know you've come from, and all those things. So it's inside of me,
Yeah.
you know. And I don't mean to offend anybody, but I mean there some of us who have relocated to the US, we tend to leave some of our values behind. We tend to forget about some of the things that brought us closer to God. We tend to just forget about those things that we should
Yeah.
be doing, those things
Yep.
that should be able to show us out there as a Christian. All because we come to America, there's this job, that this, that people complain a whole lot. But my husband and myself, we decided that we're not going to like do any night shifts. I don't have problem with people working night shifts, but we plan ourselves in a way where we go to work together and we come back home together. So we meet our kids home together. All of us at home, we are always home at the same time. And then those trainings, those little trainings that we got from our parents, we got from our elders, we got from our uncles, our aunties, we try to install into them. It's challenging because our kids go to school, they mingle with other kids, they
Yep.
try to listen to other things people do, but we keep singing the song into their ears. You have to be a different person. You can't be anybody else. So it just has to do with coaching, counseling, you know, you can be too hard on them, but you want to be able to make them to understand this is where you come from. This is what we expect of you. So,
Mhm.
as a Christian parent, do not allow America to take you away from those values, those things that worked for you, those
Yep.
things that made you today. You're able to stand up somewhere and say something.
Yep.
Do not forget
Yeah.
about them because if we come here and forget about them, our kids will go the wrong way.
Wow. That's
Yes, so
powerful,
those
Daniel.
values are the key things that we are installing into our kids. And
Yep.
I tell you sometimes, Ricky, when I'm going to work, I pray like I don't want to be spiritual, right? I'm a very social person. But just sometimes when I think about the things that happen at kids'
Yeah.
school, we are not there.
Yep. Yep.
We are not there.
That's true.
I just start lifting them off from home all the way until I reach.
Yep.
It just come to me and I just start to, that's how it should be. Let's not forget about our kids. Do
Yep.
not allow them to rule you. Try your best
Yep.
Yeah.
to putting
Yep.
those values into them.
Yep. And I like the way you point out. I mean, as a father watching this podcast on Facebook, YouTube, we all got to pray for our children. It's not easy. I mean, as much as God has afforded us the opportunity to come in America, and we might see some changes in our life, but it doesn't mean that if we have kids, we should just let them be any kind of
Yeah.
way. We have to pray for them as they go to school,
Yeah.
whatever. Just commit your child, and your children, and even your entire family. It's always
Yep.
good to
Yeah.
command your day, in the morning, whatever you do, because you don't know what might happen. You might just leave your house and you go, I will share my own experience because I work, with I work with the ADA, American, disability, so I deal with people who goes to the hospital often, right? So a lot of time people think that you have to have $1 million or a lot of money before you appreciate a thing called life. More people, when God afford them the daylight, then they can breathe and see themselves, in the morning. They don't want money to get in the pocket right away before they, even have that sense of, appreciation and say, God, thank you for just the life that I have. But go to the emergency unit and see how many people every day that ambulance is taken from places and they're
Yeah.
taken into that hospital. And some people leave from their places,
Yeah.
thinking that they will return
They
home,
never return.
but they never return.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine you in that kind of state where you are taking from your home and you have 5 or 6 kids or
Yeah.
children in your home
Yeah.
and you don't return.
You don't return.
Imagine that. Then you want to have a lot and a son of money before you say, "Oh yeah, God." That's
Yeah.
why even that video that I played earlier concerning your advice was very, essential because it's very important to encourage people out there. Be the change you want to see. So,
Yeah.
Betty, thank you. We are having a good time. Power, do you have anything you want to add to our guests? And
I can say not really much I gotta say, but I very much, I can say very much encouraging and very much happy that I have a young lady like this, coming up and showing a lot of upcoming encouragement to the youth out here, especially in America here. You got a lot of the youth, putting themselves into a lot of other stuff, and especially in the modern world, especially social media, as you said, have taken over of everything. So all the kids is just focusing on the social media and doing a lot of other stuff. They're not focusing on the real thing that will really uplift their life and for the betterment of their future. So I'm very happy that to have a young lady coming up, trying to inspire them, trying to
yep,
put out the word out there, to make all of other, especially for other older, people, and give up the message up there for them to understand, to know where they really hailing to and where they really up to, especially in the kind of the life and environment that we're living in.
yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Thank
Yeah.
you for that. So, one of the questions, we're going to play another video for our viewer out there. If you're watching the show, this is the Rahim Show, and I'm your host, Rackie Allie, being joined by DJ Powell and also Betty Escamo. She's the co-founder, I mean, say the founder rather, of the 4D Direct, and also the CEO as well. And we are happy to have her here live. So one of the questions I want to ask you is, these are so many questions that I drew for you, that I
That's all
put down for
right.
you. So teenager, have a unique emotional, right? They
Mhm.
have a unique emotional, a social and spiritual need, right? And understanding how to connect with them is a meaningful, a way, understanding how to connect with these kids, especially they have a unique emotional, social, and spiritual need, and understanding how to connect with these kids. Sometimes it become, a very, challenging. So describe your experience working with teenager.
Okay,
How would you describe it?
I have a teenager in my house, so I'm just going to use him as a case study, right?
Yeah, use that. Yeah.
My son is 15 years old, so I mean, we all walk through that path, that stage in life where sometimes my late mother used to say, "This is where we will know whether you will become a good person or you become a bad person."
Mhm.
Because at that teenager stage, that's where you feel so big of yourself. You see the world like everything is something that you can explore, and you don't realize the danger everywhere. There's danger everywhere. There's danger everywhere. You don't see it. You just want to be accepted by your friends. You want to be received by other people when you walk into a place. You go to school, you want everybody to know you this big boy. And looking at the environment we're in right now, kids go to school. Some of them wants to sack. Everybody know what sacking is, like trying to put
Yeah.
your hands down,
Put your pants down.
yeah,
Yep.
and try to form a way to walk. You don't want to walk normal again. So
Yep.
that's the peer pressure stage.
Yep.
So dealing with my son, I just keep telling him, son, you have to be yourself.
Yeah.
The best person you can be is yourself. You don't try to be anybody else.
Yeah.
Make your own brand. You have a lot of potential. You're smart. You will go places if you just pay attention and focus and let the right thing happen for you. Listen to
Yep.
people advices. Don't try
Yep.
to copy your friends. I understand. This is the stage you're in, but you can also make a decision that will lead you to the right path.
Yeah.
So for teenagers watching this video right now, or parents, if you have teenagers in your home, this is the talking stage. You never get tired talking. You never get tired talking. Take for
Yeah.
example, my son loves to play basketball. If you give him chance, if we have good weather, as soon as day breaks, he will try to find his way to the court. But that's not what you should be doing all day.
Yeah.
You have other choices you should be doing at home.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they will try to do it. They will try to behave like they don't know what they're supposed to do. You, as a parent, you have to stand your ground.
Yeah.
Like Rackie, I'll be honest with you and with you and DJ Power. Few minutes ago, my husband and myself called our son in the kitchen. He came from playing basketball. We sat him. We told him stand up here, and we explained to him. We understand you love the game. We understand you didn't go to school today, but you needed to do X, Y, Z, and you
Yep.
can't be on the court all
That's
day.
true.
We have to put the ground rules down.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I
We
love
have to
that.
set.
Yep.
We have to set it.
Yeah.
And then his sister was like, "Oh, he came in today with some friends. Who are those friends? We don't know them. And once all of them, I only know one person and know them. I told him, I'm like, you, my husband, myself, and another team, parents, you have to work as a team. You
That's
have to team up.
exactly so. Yeah. That's what.
If
Yeah.
you don't team up, you're not going to succeed because one person be saying another thing, the other person be saying another
Thing.
thing.
Yeah.
You
Another thing.
have to work as a team. So we sat him down together. We told him, we don't know your
Yep.
friends.
Yep.
If you want your friends to visit you, we have to know them. We have to know their parents. We have to know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know how things are in this place. You bring somebody here, something happens, the next thing they will come and take you.
Yeah.
And then your parents get involved with something that they don't know. How do we explain? So it all boils down to just talking, praying, coaching, counseling, everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep. It's a full big package.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And I love the way you put it. I mean, we all are parent here too. You know, for me, I have 3 kids, and I always tell them. I made a video said about a new program that I want, to come out, called Parent Time, because I did a research and I realized in the USA, because of some financial obligation, people are too busy, so they don't
Yep.
really spend that quality time, like 1 hour or two, with their
Mm-hmm.
kids. So just teach them the lesson. They feed the
Mhm.
school should handle everything.
Yeah.
So a lot of time, but it is very important as a parent, to spend time, because some of these things that we teach the kids are something that the Bible says we should train the children in a way that they should go, so that when they
Right.
get old,
They will
because
not
you
Yeah.
have
depart from
already
it.
set that foundation,
Yeah.
it makes the kid, it makes them to really, be a good, disciple or so, because they're gonna follow exactly what you taught them.
Yep.
So it's very important, and I like the way you point that. But let for our viewer out there, if you're watching the show, this is the Raheem Show, and I'm your host, Rackie Allie, and I'm being joined by DJ Power. Also, we have our speaker in studio here. She's been here before, Betty Escamo. Let's watch another video about what you were saying in reference to that, because the kids, I really enjoy the way they were, asking their friends on different, occasion about, let's just watch that video. So, because I learned a lot from that video. So let's watch that video.
The 40s diary, hey guys. So today we're just speaking on like encouraging the youth and people to stay in school, make your mom proud, and because there's a lot of opportunity and you shouldn't miss it. It's just a motivational speech to the youth to keep on being you, be yourself, and yeah, stay in school. Bye.
Alright, so today we just want to say, stay out the streets, like go to school every day, stop gangbanging, be a leader, not a follower. Feel me?
Say something positive, anything.
Go to church. God is the best.
Tight. Say something positive to the world.
BBC, big black community.
You know, just because your father wasn't there doesn't mean you gotta give up, man. You just gotta keep up on the grind. Even Azul's father wasn't there, but she's still here.
Right there.
She's still here. You know, but like, keep your head up, man. Just keep going.
If he went to go get the milk, then he went to go get the milk. That's on him.
What is something positive you want to share to the world?
Stay in school.
What is something positive you want to say to the world? What is something positive you want to say to the world?
God is real. Blessings come.
What is something positive you want to say to the world?
Quit acting while you can.
Wow. So you see, if you watch that video, I mean, I told you I took some of the video down because I really loved it, and I was going to share, so that people who are watching can see some of the things that you do and your kids. You saw some of the video that went out. They met some of the friends at school, asking them to just say positive thing. And I like the other first guy who said, God is good,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
so
that really moved me too.
I really love that. I really love that. So,
and another one I like to was the
go
guy
ahead.
who said that it doesn't, because your father wasn't there, doesn't mean that.
that
Really touched me, because most women in the US are single parents. They are raising kids all by themselves.
Yeah.
So you mean the fact that he would say that just because your father wasn't there, doesn't mean that you should give up. That was so
very
touching.
encouraging. Very touching and encouraging. That was so good. Folks, if you are joining right now, this is the Rahim Show, and I'm your host, Rackie Allie. I'm being joined by our speaker today, the 4D Diary and the founder and the CEO, Betty S. Camo. And also I have DJ Power in studio. DJ Power, you want to say hi to the people out there? If you are looking for somebody to play music in the DMV era, get in touch with me. I would like to meet DJ Power. All the Afro beat the latest R&B music, everything. He got all that.
You got the R&B music, you got all the Afro beats music, you get every African genres. You got the R&B, you got the hip hop, whatsoever you think that you need for your party, your shows, and whatsoever program that you need. As Rackie said, you get in contact with him. You're going to contact me and let me know that that this person need a show to be done, and I will try my best to get over and make your show and make your whatsoever program the best of it. Yeah,
that's good.
But Rackie, don't limit DJ Power to the DMV era. DJ Power can rap clean too, right?
Oh yeah. I mean,
definitely.
If you're in Minnesota and you're looking for DJ to have the experience,
exactly.
You can also get in touch with me as well.
The reason why we say limit on this side, because it's something I've been in the game for a very long time. Okay. But I haven't yet been exposing myself on social media like that. And so I just started to do it to start to open my own channel and start to put all myself out there, because as you said, in America, we got a lot to do with the parent. We got this one to this other person to this thing to take care of there, a lot of things to take care of. So I just been off and on the DJ work. Sometimes when I get little time or vacation time at home, I start to do my DJ work. Then I have to go back to work again. Let's be doing a lot of things and everything. But since I'm home doing it, so I just decided to promote my channel, promote myself all there, and do this almost like a full time. So as he said, he going to give a lot of my cars up and a lot of my programs and other stuff there to people to listen to my music and listen to my play and whatsoever. You subscribe and you share to my program, so you get maybe it's a lot of encouragement to me also too. So the more I have more followers, the more I will be encouraged to do more and give out there to whosoever, especially mostly comment and tell me what I'm doing, you know, tell me what you need, what's supposed to be done and stuff like that. Mostly comment, you know, so that I can, you know, and do exactly what, you know, people, you know, need and what they and stuff like that. Because I don't know, like to say, I will not know all, but you know, but a lot of comments and a lot of you know, people saying, you know, then I will understand. Oh yeah, thank you. Then I have to do this, I have to do that, and you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, DJ Power. Thank you. We'll come to some of the maybe you would definitely share some of the things that people out there want to know. You know, how you know go about doing your DJ. So I got a question here, Betty. I told you that I drew most of the question for you because
It's
I
all
know.
right.
So you know, embracing. You know, I see most of your kids. You know, trying to associate themselves with different diversity. So embracing diversity and fostering inclusiveness are very essential in America. So how do you use the 4D diary to create an inclusive and welcoming environment for all youth regardless of their background or belief?
Well, like you just show a video that was diversity right there, right? You saw people
Yeah.
from all backgrounds where he was at school and he reached out to his classmates. So it's not just limited to certain group of people, it's for everybody.
Yeah.
And the good thing is some of the things we share is not just happening in one group of people's life.
Yeah.
It's happening in the white people's life, it's happening in the black people's life. Like most of our fans are from the Philippines. You be surprised to know most of our friends are from the Philippines. So like we are diverse. We're everywhere. And we try to make videos that will capture everybody's attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's when it comes to that diversity, that's how far we are.
Okay, that's a good thing to hear. And then another thing I want to point out here is as parent navigating tough situations, it can become a critical aspect. So teenagers often face many challenges, and they may look to you for guidance and support during these difficult times. So as parent, how do you encourage spiritual growth among the 4D diary, especially creating an environment that encourages spiritual exploration and support unique spiritual journey for each individual in that diary?
Mhm. So you carry the 40s diary or you bring them down. Jesus is Lord.
Yeah.
You can't remove that. John 3:16. For God so loved the world. That's something that is inside them. They know where they come from. They come from a Christian home. They must live that. They must live that life. They must be that light. Like I tell them, back home it's only in America that when your dad is a pastor, I mean, you can do a lot of stuff and get away with it. But I know you and myself know that back home, if your dad is a pastor, there's a whole lot of things that's required of you.
Yeah,
Even the way
that's
you
true.
walk,
That's true.
you go to
That's
school.
true.
I mean, you are a normal human being. You try to do something, like play, do something. One teacher will just call you to a point and be like, so, you forgot to know that your pa is the reverend, right? And you
Yeah.
misbehaving.
Send that
Forgetting to
reminder
know
to you.
that
Yeah.
kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just goes back to what we discussed earlier on.
Uh-huh.
You know, we're not going to hide who we are. We know we live in a world where people feel that relations shouldn't be preached. Some people feel insecure. Some people feel they're
Yeah.
on social media. The only way they can get fans is by like ridiculing other people, insulting, saying those other men. That's what they choose to be.
Yeah.
But we are followers of Christ. So
Yeah.
everything we do has to be like Christ like.
An
It has to
example. Yeah.
show something, yeah. It has to represent also. There's no one, nothing that's going to separate us from that.
Yeah.
It's a key portion of what we are, who we are.
Yep.
And I like the way you said it, right? To our viewer out there, if you're watching the show, this is a Rahim show, and I'm your host, Rackie Allie, and I'm being joined by the 4D founder and the CEO, Betty S. Camo, and also I have DJ Power here with me. My two co-hosts, for some reason, they are kind of engaged, so they are not live tonight. So if you are joining the show, hit the like button, share the podcast, make some comment, and
Yeah.
we highly appreciate that. So
Excuse me for a
one
minute.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. One of the things you said, which is very important, the example that we set, right? It actually helped because these kids will actually follow whatever example because they say, "Show me your father, I will show you who you'll be." They got that kind of saying or so. So it's very important the way you actually govern yourself as a parent because all of those things make the children to become who they know. Because if, for instance, if you start smoking in the house where
Yep.
the kids see you smoking, obviously, one of them might be a smoker because
Yep.
they see the father, they say, "Oh, my dad used to smoke, so why not?" Why? So you
Yep.
see what example, the example that you show, they actually have an effect on the kids. So I have a question here with respect to that, right? Our response will demonstrate our ability to recognize the unique needs of the young, people, and adjust our approach accordingly. So my question is, can you provide an example of the time when you had to adjust, you have to adapt your teaching style of the approach to better connect with the 4D diary? Let me read that question again. Can you provide an example of a time when you had to adapt your teaching style or approach to better connect with 4D diary?
Well, I have a lot of example because I told you I have a teenager, right?
Yeah.
So he's the one who's always trying to explore, always trying to be out there, always want to do new things. So I will just give you an example. We were in Wisconsin on Friday. I went to Wisconsin. One of our daughters in the military. We have a lot of children.
Yeah,
Shout
I
out to
saw that
all my
video.
children in the house. I love you
I
guys.
saw that video. Oh my God. I saw you in a military uniform.
Yes, yes. Shout out to all of you, my babies. I love you guys. I'm not gonna call names because I don't want to get in trouble, but I love you. All my daughters in the house. I love you all. So we went to support one of our daughters in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
She got promoted and he went with me.
Wow.
He's my main guy. He loves to be places with me and stuff like that. I like that too. And sometimes people be like, why you always have to take his like your handbag? I'm like, this is my time. This is my season to be with him. We all know when the kids hit 18 year America, a few of them can choose to stay, but most of the time they try to go, right? So why not enjoy the time I have now with him? And he's waiting to be with me. So I'm so happy to have him around me. And that's how I end up. So we went Wisconsin, we slept there, we came back on Saturday, coming back on Saturday. While coming back on Saturday, in the car, my son makes a call. He calls his friend. He puts the phone on speaker. Like, guys, can we meet at the car? Blah 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 blah. I'm listening. Not saying anything. So he went on, he went on with his conversation, concluded, and he calls another person. Oh, after playing, can we do this, do that? I mean, he's just making his arrangement. I'm there. I'm driving. I'm not saying anything. And then the person was like, it's okay, but did you tell your mom? So this is a parent who I know, and I can trust him with that parent. He's like, oh, she's right here. She's listening to you. So that was when now I had to speak. I'm like, hi, I'm listening, but I just want you to know that it's not going to be possible. I'm so sorry. We just came back from out of town. We are not even home yet. So he was out for a whole night. He gets back home, and then he wants to, go on and go and do something. I'm like, sorry, it has to be another time. It can't be now. So my son, his face, body language changed. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. It will change for some time. He was quiet in the car, but I mean, the person was like, "Okay, I understand. Thank you." And then we drove for like 5 minutes. He didn't say anything to me. I didn't say anything to him, but the message was clear. So there are those difficult period where you just have to stand. You have to stand. You have to be straight. I noticed what parents don't like here. They don't like their children to get angry. Oh, the American children, when they get angry and they do this, they do that. You don't want this. I'm not that parent who's going to say that. I tell my son, if you love
Definitely.
me, you
You're
will
not going to.
obey.
Of course, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
So that's just an example of the question you just asked.
Yeah. So, just a part two to that question, but let me let our viewer out there. If you're watching the show, this is a Rahim show, and I'm your host Rackie Allie, being joined by 4D Diary founder and CEO Betty S. Camo, and then also we have DJ Power here with us. So just a let's say a beat to that question, right? You know, it's not easy, and I get the point you really, you just answer, because it's like most time we find some, I mean, difficult situation where sometimes the kids are, frustrated, and how do you handle the situation?
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, okay, have you ever had had to deal with a crisis situation involving, involving a teenager? If so, how did you handle that crisis situation? Just a part
Mm-hmm.
two to exactly what you just said, like the kids are saying, oh, I'm not listening, like you are a mother, and you want to teach the children how to be obedient, and
Uh-huh.
fill themselves with humility, but there are times, sometimes kids get frustrated, they overreact and start doing things. In that situation, how do you handle, especially with 4D, how do you handle
Oh,
situation if
so
yeah,
guys, I just want to be grateful to God. I
yeah.
appreciate it so much. I have not reached that level yet.
Oh, wow.
I have not reached that level, and I pray in the name of Jesus that we will not
Amen.
reach that stage. I've
Amen.
not reached that level where I tell my kids, "You're not going to do this because of X, Y, Z," and they insist that they
Yeah.
must do it where it leads to conflict, where I have to try to handle it. I have never reached that stage yet.
Wow, that's good.
And I don't look forward to reaching that stage. But what I would say to parents, because I know there are people who are experiencing that
Yeah, I'm
physically,
watching
some
this
of
too
the
as well.
kids
Yeah.
even challenge them physically. They even
Yeah.
challenge them.
Yeah.
When you find yourself in such a situation, you want to be calm.
Yeah.
You want to be calm. You want to calm down. If it costs you to take a step away from the situation,
That's
just do
good.
it.
That's good. That's
Because
good.
you don't want to lose it. You don't want to lose it and do the wrong thing. Just take a step away from it. And then when it quiets down, set that child down, let them know. And one of the things that we should be praying for is for our children to have remorse, conscious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have
Yeah.
a child who does not have those two things, that's a serious problem.
Serious
Yeah.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
They must be able to realize that I hurt my mom, I hurt my dad.
Yeah.
Let me go
Definitely.
back to them and say, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Mm-hmm.
We go through a lot for our kids. So if you have a child who never realized that they're wrong or they hurt you, to come back to you to say, I'm sorry, then that's a serious problem. So to answer your question, I've never had such situation. But I would say to parents, if you ever do, which I know a lot of people do, I've seen it,
Yeah.
just try to stay calm
Mm-hmm.
and continue to. But that's what we even want to avoid. That's why the Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go. Even though sometimes our kids don't listen, some parents
Yeah.
have tried. Some
Yeah.
parents have tried, but the kids just don't listen.
Yeah.
We just have to keep talking. We can't give up on
You
them.
know, your approach just referring me to this that the Bible say, slow to anger, take away wrath.
Yeah.
Because two angry person cannot solve a problem,
No?
because the kids is frustrated and you also get frustrated. Obviously, the thing is gonna go out of proportion,
Yeah.
and nobody's going to listen to anybody. But when you have that kind of situation, I'm glad that you never, had to face that kind of
No.
situation, and
I
you
don't I
thank
don't
God
even
that,
want to
and
experience
you
that.
never face that, because
In
you
the
already
name of
declared, yeah, in the
Jesus.
name of Jesus. So it's very important. But for those who are watching out there, we are, trying to just send these messages to parents who going through a lot, with their kids. Just remain calm when you are faced with such a situation. Remain calm, because by remaining calm, it helps. And also, you can stay. You just go far from the situation and just say something positive. I'm sure he's going to come to himself, or I'm
Yeah.
sure she's going to come.
Yeah.
Using
Yeah.
positive words too will
Uh-huh.
help to, and then I like the way you point out, that consciousness, because it's
Yeah.
something that
Huh.
the kids will realize, oh, I have wronged my parent. Oh, I have
Yeah.
Yes.
done wrong. And it will be able to come back and say, Mommy, I'm sorry that I don't know what came over me. Or, so,
Uh-huh.
but I'm sorry. All of
Yeah.
those things will help, because we are only here to help our children, especially me being a father of three. I want to raise my children up, because the way I grew up too, I'm somebody who, grew up in the church. My mom used to take me to church when I was a little boy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I want that same value to be,
Yeah.
I want to be put that same value into my kids because I wanted to become good citizens too. So I
Mm-hmm.
like the way you put that. But for some of you who are joining the show, I guess somebody just flipped the phone and said, "Let me go on Facebook and they came, and they started watching the show." This is the Rahim Show. I'm your host, Rackie Allie, and I'm being joined by the 4D Diary founder and CEO, Betty S. Camo, and also I have DJ Power here with me. So, Betty, you want to, tell the people how they can follow you and what are some of the places that you think they can, because it's all about, people getting to know you better and not just
Yeah.
about, being alive, but also how
Mhm.
can somebody follow you if they want to know more about the 4D Diary?
Okay, so the 4D's Diary, we're on Facebook. Is the letter THE, number 4D apostrophe S, and Diary, DIARY. The same name we're on Instagram. With that same, the 4D's Diary, we're also on TikTok and we are on YouTube. So our name is just the same
This
everywhere.
is
Yes, so follow us, guys. Follow us, be a part of us. And what I want to say before this diary is not just into motivational videos, fun videos, and what have you. We also into sharing. We're into sharing. So we identify with the school of the blind, the deaf and dumb, and the blind in Liberia.
wow.
So that's we don't want to be everywhere since we discover them and we know their needs. Those are we really want to partner with them to see how best we can help them. So we are also into like sharing too.
Yes.
So part
Yes.
of
That's
what
a
we
good,
do
yeah.
is
That's a,
sharing. As I can even show you right now. I don't know if I will be able to turn this. We have a box here. Um, I want to see if I can flip this to our audience. We have a box here that just give me 1 second.
go ahead. Yeah. Uh, is if there's no way you can send it to me, maybe I can be able to see what I can. Yeah. But go ahead. So, folks, if you are watching the show, this is the Rahim Show. I'm your host, Rackie Ali, as always, and I'm here with DJ Power here with me in studio, and then also we have the 4D Diary founder and CEO Betty S. Camo, and she's trying to share something with us. She said the 4D
Yeah, yeah.
Diary has partnered with the blind in Liberia, doing an amazing initiative. So, I mean, if you are here and you want to, be a part of that particular initiative and help somebody up in Liberia, she would highly appreciate you. And you want to reach out to me as well. You want to be a partner. You want to help. That would be a very we highly appreciate your contribution and your assistance to helping our people in Liberia. So she's
Yeah,
sharing
so
something. Yeah, she's sharing
yeah.
something about partnering with the blind, and they
Uh-huh.
are trying to
This is
raise
it's
some.
just a way
Go
of
go ahead.
sharing with them. It's
Yeah,
it, I just
yeah.
it just
That was good. And tell more about that. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's just things that we gather,
Okay.
we 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 gather and just to share with them, just to make them to know that they're part of us
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
And I love that. I love that. I'm really touched by what you guys are doing in the 40 diary. Not just about having these motivation, but also you see the need to identify with the blind man out there. Somebody who
Yeah.
might be struggling or so. We all see that some people are going through a lot. And if you can fill in that gap, and if you are watching the show and you find this show, interesting, and you say, "Oh yeah, I mean, I love what the lady share. I want to be a part of it." Just reach out to me. I can be able to get in touch with her, so you can play a role, in helping the blind in Liberia. And I love that, Betty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
So if you're watching the show, this is the Rahim Show. We're about to wrap up. We've been here for an hour. We don't want to keep everybody here for a long time. And our sister, our guest today, my own sister and friend, Betty, Eskimo. She's the founder for the 4D Diary. You see a lot of video, amazing video. But let me play you one of the video about these boys so we can laugh more when they were talking about the colloquia, the different, how they spell things in, let's say, in the Liberian English and the American English. So let watch that and see and just laugh small.
Hey guys, it's the 4D Zari.
Hi guys.
So today we're gonna be doing colloquial / Liberian English versus American English.
Yeah. First off, living room.
Piazza. Piazza is where a lot of people sit down and chill at.
Restroom.
Kubo shop. Now where all the beef Babylon can go in, You're letting it.
Gossip.
Children police. Hold it running your mouth.
Mango.
Plum. Juice yellow plum.
Flip flop.
Slipper. What my slipper at?
Toilet.
Come on. Our last name they use it on us. So
Pee.
PB.
Poo.
Boo boo.
Why is everything double? Passed away.
Kick the black bucket.
Electricity.
Current. Oh my current off.
To conclude.
To call on matter short.
Stubborn.
You high oh my piggy.
Soda.
Soft drink. What my soft drink at?
Bandage.
Plaster. Oh I call what my plaster.
Enemy.
Gemini.
What? What? Outing.
Walker ball. Gotta piggy there. Hold it walker boy.
Big head.
Be here. I a B I will slap it.
Hold
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I told you I'm going to take that some of this video and play, yeah. It's, I mean, your kids are doing amazing work, and I love some of the things, I mean, it's not just about, like, the first question that I asked, how do you balance fun? It's all about fun, and I love the way, some of these things, even the previous video that I play on campus where they have to engage other kids, that's all about, how life should be. We should be able to, relate to other people, share something. It's about cultural assimilation. We learn that thing in school where you can, you can bring other people culture into your, I mean, I read, I like the part. Oh, these kids are so amazing. They're so amazing. But if you're watching the show out there, this is a Rahim show. I'm your host, Rackie Allie, and I've been joined by the 4D Diary founder, Miss Betty S. Camo, because she's married, so I want to use that mystery right now.
It's all right, brother. It's all right.
And then also I'm joined by let's say DJ Power as well here with me. So we are coming to the end of our show. So Betty, being a mother and then the way you handle your 4D Diary, right? I see an amazing mother doing a great job for her children or so. So what would be your advice to somebody out there who may be struggling with like at least 2 or 3 kids? What would be your advice as a mother?
Well, my advice to any parent struggling with 3 or more kids, the key thing is love. Try to discipline your children in love. Even if you are a single parent, you could be a man or a woman. One person is that day. If you are angry, don't do that transgression anger. Like letting them know the reason why it's happening because so and so did this. You know how people do things? Like, just try to be there for them. Try your best. Love them. Teach them to be disciplined. Teach them to live with other people. Teach them to be satisfied.
Yeah.
Whatever you have, don't let them not keep their eyes on other people, what other people have. Those are things you want to install into them so that when they grow up or as they grow up, it will help them and make them to understand their values.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you said it all. I mean, whatever you train your child to become, that's what a child becomes. in the long run. So I mean, we are happy to have you, and we hope that you will always come back on the show. We
Of
had a great
course.
time, and to our to all of our viewer out there, thanks for tuning in. This was an awesome time with the 4D Diary founder and CEO, Mr. Betty S. Camo. Thank you so much for taking up your time to be here on the show. We learned a lot from you, and we are happy that you were able to share what the 4D Diary is all about. And for our viewer out there, thanks for watching as always.
Yeah.
And just hit the like button, share the podcast, and if you want to be part of the show, give me a message or give me a call. I can bring you live here so you can be able to share something out there. At least some other life might be impacted, like our sister have shared so many things. You see her own story, her kids, and I think a lot of people who watching the show are inspired by these things that the kids do. And we have DJ Power here. DJ Power, you want to say something before we wrap up our show?
Yeah, I just want to just give a little short, just a short word up to the Mrs. Camo. Very inspirational, very encouraging. I want to say thank you, ma'am. For keeping up the good work and showing out to the other parents out there. How to go about keeping their family together and keeping the children out of a problem, and keeping up the good work, the word of God. And also, and showing other folks out there, the better way of carrying out a life on a daily basis. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Yeah. So thank you all. Thank you all. That's how we come to the end of our show. And thanks to everyone who always come here and support the Rahim show. We highly appreciate your like, your comment, your share, everything. We appreciate you. And thanks again to our guest. She's not a guest because every time I keep saying guest, but
Just before you wrap up, this is the brain behind the 4D's Diaries. The one
okay, all right. He want to say something. He go
Then
ahead.
you just
Go
say
ahead.
something to the audience. Say something.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. The floor is all yours. Go ahead.
Say something.
Show your face good. Show your face good. Yeah.
You see?
All right. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Dodgeville Treasure. We want to say thank you for supporting, and we hope to keep on making you guys' day. And we appreciate you guys for the inviting us to join y'all too. We're grateful for that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, you're always welcome to be here. One of these days we'll have all of you who the 4D Diary to be here, and no mama will be here. So we can ask you, so you can explain some of the. I play some of your video. Ask your mom. I play some. I don't know whether you watched it or you heard it, but I play some of your video. But it's good to have you, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to our viewer out there. Thank you for taking your time to be part of the show, and that's how we end the show. Good night to every one of you. And
good night.
God bless everyone. Good night. Bye for now. Yeah. Thank you. Well, folks, that's how we come to the end of our broadcast. We want to say thank you for tuning in. As always, we appreciate your time here and your comment. Thank you. And make sure you be the change you want to see. God bless you. Bye for now.